That brings us to the discussion agenda. Dr. Melton, I will allow you the discretion here if you would. These are really brought before the board as a courtesy. Typically, the board does not review or approve administrative rules unless the law requires. So in deference to the hour, if you would like to adjust your recommendation here, I'll yield to you.
I appreciate the opportunity, and it's been a long day for everyone. The staff, of course, I'd like to thank them for their stamina and their willingness to be here to directly answer questions so that we can make sure this is engaging and appropriate. Mr. Cates, with your permission, rather than presenting each of these items, since they are for discussion in Exhibit F, since the board has had this in draft form, if there's any questions, we can be prepared to answer the questions if necessary, or these are items that would be of help to us to be prepared for the coming year, but it does not require action of the board. Instead, they're brought this evening for discussion.
Okay. Mr. Chairman. State that. Tell me one more time how you want it. I'm sorry.
We're not listening. Start over.
I'm on the tomorrow time almost. Say one more time how you want me to deal with it.
We will answer any questions that
Okay.
the board has.
That's the part I wanted to get. Do you have a question? Mr. Lovelace?
Yes. Dr. Melton, I have strong objections to IHAE, the on-site inspection, particularly the second paragraph. And then if you look at EBC-R2, those things are in direct contradiction to each other. That's going to create tremendous problems with that. I mean, the thing says, I understand and acknowledge, this is the on-site instruction opt-out form. It says, I understand and acknowledge that off-site educational services and instruction through 5 may require that I, at my own expense, furnish equipment, supplies, technology for my child to participate. I further understand and acknowledge that my responsibility is to ensure that my child can or has the assistance needed to operate any equipment, supplies, technology required for my child to participate in off-site educational services and instruction. Then if you turn back here on the other one, it talks about educational equity is extreme importance to the district. Therefore, no student's grade will be impacted due to the student's lack of resources or opportunity to complete remote instruction assignments. District administration will work with families to reduce barriers to, I mean, this is aspirational. The EBC-R2 is aspirational, but the first one, if you get a parent to sign that, I mean, that's gonna mean that they are responsible for everything that the district should be responsible for, in my opinion. So I've got strong objections to that.
Thank you, Mr. Lovelace. Mr. Giuliano, if I saw your vacant chair, I thought, where did he go?
Here, I knew.
Mr. Giuliano, those are both instructional implications, so if you'll just speak to the development of this information and any concerns that we could respond to this evening.
Absolutely. So for IHAR and the exhibit following, these are School Boards Association recommended language that they gave to us and shared with us. In addition to ECB that was referenced, School Boards Association also gave these as recommended language. For the second point on the exhibit, this really, we will furnish a device to students. That is one thing that we are giving to all of our students. The reason for the language in here through school boards is to protect districts through liability for families that may ask for additional equipment or additional services, such as a document camera or a mouse or other USB drives, whatever else it may be, technology related, that families may ask a printer, for example, to print objects or print papers. So those are the reason for the language that's put in there to protect school districts and why a School Boards Association had put that in there. But we're open to suggestions to make it more clear or relevant to families, absolutely.
Other questions about any of the administrative rules? Mr. Lovelace, were you raising your hand?
No, I was
Adjusting
I
it,
was
okay.
adjusting my man.
Yeah, that's all right. Any other questions about any of the administrative rules? All right, thank you. That brings us to item number 20. I thought I would get a quick motion on item number 20.
Does that mean we get to leave?
Mr. Lovelace,
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion that we adjourn.
is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Hammond seconds. Thank you. Thank you, public, for sticking with us tonight and covered important information. Our next scheduled meeting will be August, is that right, August 24th, and location to be determined.